Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon Through the Years. We've had a bit of trouble lately, haven't we? So in this episode, hopefully the trouble is finally at its end. We've got a team all at level 31 and I think today we're going to take on the 5th gym in this region as it is. We might not. It's good to know. Zone does not have Levitate. He's got Magnet Pool. Trap Steel type Pokemon in, which is not going to be too useful. That might not be correct because obviously we got it in a previous generation and stuff happens. He's got Spark, Thunderwave, Supersonic and Sonic Boom. Blaze hasn't changed at all. Tien has not changed either, I don't think. Pad Food has not changed either. Deus has Mudshot, Pound Slam and Amnesia, and then we've got Null, which has Stomp, Tackle, Astonish and Hypnosis, which I don't think is different either. Everybody's level 31, which should be, in theory, hopefully high enough to not die a horribly painful death against the upcoming gym. That all being said though, I am going to give Overheat to Blaze, just because we need a more powerful fire type move. Amber is not going to cut it. If we run into a steel type Pokemon, if we run into an ice type Pokemon, which we can't deal with any other way, I'm going to keep Amber, because if we run into something that we can take out with Amber, we obviously don't want our special attack lowered. But if we need some like real power behind the move, we've got Overheat. That being said, Thief, Rock Tomb, I don't think I'll need either of those moves. And with that, let's go through the Petalburg Forest. That's a tongue twister and a half. Back to Petalburg City, which means that we also now can almost go to the Abandoned Ship and New Morville, both of which should be catchable locations for us. The Abandoned Ship also has a Water Stone, which isn't that useful for me anymore since Naga died. If Naga hadn't died, that would have been a useful thing to have, but I digress. Let's go into this gym and hopefully not die. And hopefully, there's probably going to be a fairly short episode because I think I'm going to end the episode after defeating the gym. The speed room. Do you want to go through? Definitely not. Actually, it does not matter because everything is going to be randomized anyway. So let's just go through. There is a one-hit KO room usually in this gym, which you want to avoid like the fucking plague. That's not going to be an issue either because everything is going to be randomized. So this dude only has a single Umbreon, which is going to be easy to take care of because we've got Tien, and Tien should, in theory, probably 2-hit because Umbreon is a fairly bulky Pokemon, but we'll see. I'm going to focus a little bit more on the game this time, because last time I did not focus on the game and we lost like 9 Pokemon to that gym, which wasn't a good time at all. Let's see, Revenge. Thank you for using Quick Attack. I mean, I wasn't going to outspeed you anyway, because Machoke is a real slow dude. That critical hit might have mattered, but Revenge being, I think, doubled in power after being hit anyway, raises it to like 120, and then a critical hit doubles it again. So 240? I don't think 240 was needed. The defense room, again, it literally does not matter. So let's just go through and hopefully get to the actual gym leader as quickly as possible, because I feel like it's going to be an issue. Last gym leader had 1 item and some real difficult moves to deal with, and 6 Pokemon. So I suspect this gym leader is going to be even more of an issue. This Delibird, on the other hand, is going to die in 1 hit. Because Spark is actually a lot more powerful than Thundershock. It's only 20 more power, but that's like a 50% increase. Which really, really helps once you also then factor in Stab, which means that it's still going to be a 50% increase, but it goes from 60 to 90 suddenly, which is 30. You see, this is the 1-hit KO room. Usually, again, you want to avoid that room at all costs, but right now it doesn't really matter because it's going to be randomized into a weird ass random Pokemon, which unless it's not, but I really don't feel like Bellsprout is going to have a 1-hit KO move, so I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine here, meaning that we are 5 minutes in and we're getting close to the gym leader himself, and I'm starting to worry because I might have a paralysis heal in the bag or a full heal. If I do, I could. I won't, but I could. If I don't, I need to go back to the Pokemon Center because I'm not going in with a Pokemon that's paralyzed, which might actually end up being a very important Pokemon because it's the Pokemon that has the most powerful move on the team at the moment, that being Overheat. Obviously, with a little bit of a downside, that being... I hate paralysis. With a little bit of a downside, that being the special attack drop, but if you only use it once or twice, or switch out after using it... Okay, so we're going to switch into a different Pokemon here. Which one, though? Which one? Maybe we're not going to switch into a different Pokemon here. We can still take an asset even if it's a critical hit. Don't prove me wrong. Okay, so now we're actually starting to get into some issues. How is a Bellsprout giving me so much trouble? I've got a Cherry Berry. But I'll use that after the battle is over. For now, let's just use a Super Potion. And hope that we can land a fucking Amber. Thank you, min-max damage, for being in my favor this time. Blaze level 32 and learns nothing, I expect. Yeah, okay. So, everybody's going to have to heal up. We're going to get the Blaze not paralyzed anymore, because that is fairly important. I don't really care about the, 2 HP. Do I have any normal potions? I don't. I don't care about the 2 or 3 HP damage on Tien. We'll probably be fine there. So let's use this on Blaze. And with that, we are ready to go into the gym leader's room. Let's go through and let's see if we can do this. This dialogue and such, we're just skipping through. I want to get to the battle. Here we go, the 5th gym, which is real close to the 4th gym. Leader Sakai would like to battle, starting with a Nuzlocke. Okay. Nuzlocke shouldn't be an issue. We can probably take care of Nuzlocke with... I'm just going to go for Amber, I think. Unless Nuzlocke... I mean, Fake Eye probably won't do that much. 9 damage, that's about 10% actually. That's more than I thought he would do. But I think Amber should still, 2-shot him. Yeah, Amber's still 2 shots. And that growth is never going to do anything for you. Because you're going to be dead. Also, I don't think you have a lot of special attacks, do you? I think the Nuzlocke and Shiftry line is more of a physical, or, well, maybe the mixed attackers. But in this generation, I don't know. You probably have Levitate, so that could be an issue. Because I don't think I've got a water type move on you yet, do I? I do not. And I think Solrock will have Levitate. But I've got Tien. It's also a rock type, so I can just karate chop it. Okay, so far so good. No legendary Pokemon, no Groudon, no Jirachi. We're doing well. With 2 Pokemon in, this shouldn't give me much trouble. I'm not going to say this shouldn't give me any trouble, but it shouldn't give me much. You're a Psychic type. I always think you're a Rock Fire type, but you're a Rock Psychic type. Do I have anything for the Psychic part? I do not think that I do. I mean, I've got Pet Food for the rock typing. But again, Psywave is going to do a number on me there. So, I'm just going to have to hope that Confusion doesn't kill Tien. And that this Revenge will do that. I took that so well! Wow! And that this will just kill the Solrock. Okay, that was a little bit scary there for a moment, but just PTSD flashbacks to the last gym. This is not a problem whatsoever. Next up, Grumpig. I really need something to take care of Psychic types. I really do, because I don't have anything. Let's go into Deus. We haven't used Deus on screen yet, because I did grinding for Deus between episodes. And Deus is a pretty good Pokemon, actually. That being said, this probably won't do that much. What does Magic Code do again? I don't remember what Magic Code does. I think it heightens special defense. But isn't it the same as Light Screen in that case? I don't know what Magic Code does. But let's see what Slam does, because it's probably going to do more than much. It does about the same, actually. But we already outspeed, so much already doesn't do much in our favor. Do we want to switch out here? If we can just learn one more Mudshot, I think the Grumpig is done, and then we can switch out anyway. You would survive with 1 HP. You fucking would. That's annoying. That's real annoying. You're gonna use a potion, so let's just... Oh, I'm so confused. Let's go through this a little bit more quickly, because it's not that dangerous. Okay, this is very dangerous! That's not good. Holy fuck! My god, I'm so lucky! That could have been bad. That could have been really, really bad. Luckily, we survived. Spark is probably gonna do much more damage. It didn't, but at least it paralyzed the Grumpig, which is good. Maybe Sonic Boom will actually do more damage. I'm thinking Sonic Boom... critical hit could take me out. But Sonic Boom probably will take him out, right? No! But another one will. Okay, so far, Grumpig, biggest issue, we really should have given somebody Faith. We need something with a Dark type or a Ghost type on our team. Linoon, not going to be an issue. Tian will one-shot Linoon, no questions asked. That's going to be an easy one. And that's also half his team already got. So after this, 2 more Pokemon. This is, in theory, his highest level Pokemon. So, Fury Swipes could be an issue if it hits too much. Because it does about 10 HP every single time. So, if this does not kill, we need to switch out Tian or heal up. But this should kill, right? It kills. Okay, 2 more Pokemon left. Also, I'm not going to end the episode after this gym battle, because otherwise this is going to be a real short episode. Shedinja. That is almost an issue if we didn't have Blaze. I mean... Unless... Isn't there a thing... Oh no, I was going to say, isn't there a thing where Shedinja can become, like, unkillable? No, there isn't. You can, if you also randomize abilities, you can end up with a Sableye or a Spiritomb with Wonder Guard, meaning that there's nothing that can actually hit them. But even then, you can poison them, and that will still do damage, because that's also a really easy way to get rid of a Shedinja if you don't have anything with a Fire type or a Ghost type or a Flying type on your team. If you got something with Toxic, or I guess Amber, anything that poisons or burns, it only has 1 HP, so it's going to die instantly. I think he was going to send out a Clamperl, so let's go into Zone, and this gym is so much easier than the last one. I was really scared about this gym. Mostly about the fact that I was going to have Pokemon die on me, and I was going to have to do even more goddamn grinding. Luckily we didn't, and we can use Surf now. We're also going to get Surf now, which means that Deus also gets a actually good water type, or a water type move to begin with. But my hair is stuck in my microphone. It's also a good water type move, so we've got that coverage as well. We really do need something with a dark or a ghost typing, which isn't Gengar. I mean, Casper, obviously, we had 2 Caspers. One of the Caspers died, that being the Haunter, so we can't have a Gengar anymore. But Dusclops is not really that good. I mean, if we get to the next generation and we can make it into Dusk Noir, that's a lot better. But I don't think there's a lot more ghost types out there. Miss Maggie is next generation. In Gen 3, there's not a lot of ghost types. So we're probably going to have to rely on dark type, and we're just going to go through this real quickly. HMO3, Surf, that is that. We're probably going to have to rely on dark typing to counter Psychic, because that's really everything we have. But for that, I'd have to take out Midna or evolve Furball into an Umbreon. Neither of which I really want to do at this time. So let's get rid of Pound here. So now, where do we go next? We go back to Morville. That's gonna take a while. Or, instead of going to Morville, we could go catch some Pokemon. How about that? Let's go catch some Pokemon instead, because we might as well. I think the quickest way to get back to Morville anyway... Oh no, the quickest way to get back to Morville is actually through the Whismer. Is it called Rock Tunnel, I think? Through that Whismer place. That is the quickest way. But yeah, we can catch a couple of Pokemon and fight a couple more trainers here. Because Route 105 is a... How do we have a Persian? Do we have a Meowth that I didn't revert to a Meowth in the box? Did I catch a Persian before? I don't know. Ooh, I don't want to fight any trainers today. I just want... That's level 33 Persian. I'm sorry, what? That is potentially an issue. I mean, we already have one, apparently. So, I guess we have to fish for our encounter here, which means that we're going to get a level 5 Pokemon. Which is going to be really difficult to catch, because we can't damage it. Not even a nibble. Is it registered? Now it is. Let's try to get a Pokemon here. If we can fish up anything, that is. Isn't looking very in my favor at the moment, is it? A bite. A Pokemon is on the hook. Okay. So, our second chance for an encounter is... Olaf. We can't get you either. You already died. And you're also level 6. There's no way I could have caught you because... I'm not catching a full health Dugong. That's a Kecleon! I don't mind having a Kecleon. Let's see if you can survive a Spark. You can. Which means that you can survive the next Spark as well, because now it's going to be resisted. And we can probably catch this... I don't want to say easily, but probably fairly easily, honestly. This is Route 106, by the way. We can still get something in Route 105. If we get, like, the Super Rod and come back there, I don't really care about that so much. But we did get the Kecleon, and we're going to call you... I mean... I know it's technically not correct to call him Gax, because Gax is a gecko. And Kecleon is a chameleon, which are definitely not the same animal, but they're close enough for me. And I don't want to spend time on thinking about names, is really what's going on here. So, maybe we should be leading with something that can actually evolve. How about Blaze? I really do want that flying type soon as well. So, that's a protein, which I'm never ever going to use. So, I've already got my Pokemon around these parts, so let's quickly go to Route 107, where I already got a Pokemon as well, but at the moment we... I mean, we already have Blaze. We already have Blaze, and our Blaze is a shiny, so when he evolves into a Charizard, he's going to be black. Except in this generation, it's more of like a blue. Or green. Green-blue. Kind of a teal color. A dark teal color is what it is in this generation. Later generations make it a lot more black, which is obviously better. It's still the same route, by the way. We're still on 107, so nothing we encounter here counts. We should be entering 108 soon. Yeah, that's 108, so let's see what our encounter for Route 108 is gonna be. I like it. I'm not gonna replace Blaze for a Cyndaquil, but I know what I'm about to say is very sacrilege, but I think I like Cyndaquil the best out of the Johto starters. It's gonna be difficult to capture, though. It's gonna be very difficult to capture. Or it's not. Maybe it's just very easy. That's a Cyndaquil. At least we've got another fire type. Because we were running low on fire types as well, I believe. That's Jerry. You're Jerry the Cyndaquil. We've got Bob, we've got Jerry, now we just need a Chikorita with a very, very boring name. If you call Bob or Jerry, I'm not saying your name is boring, but your name is kind of boring. I don't want to... Why is the people just standing around in this abandoned ship, waiting to fight me? I'm just trying to find the Waterstone here, or just an encounter, but I think getting an encounter is going to be a little bit more tricky here. But there should be a Waterstone, and a deep sea tooth as well. But I don't really care about that, because... And a dive ball, I guess. There's also a deep sea tooth, and I think also the deep sea scale in here. But I don't really care about those since the door is locked. Storage, I don't care. Since those are trade item evolutions, and those have been replaced by, like... You know what? I like overheat. Those have been replaced by Waterstone evolutions, I think. If I even were able to get a Clan Pearl. Let's overheat you and... Spark might actually still kill the Pichu, as sad as that is. You lived in overheat. That is... I'm gonna be honest with you, that is impressive. And that is a revive. That's a revive. That's cruel. That's really cruel. Isn't there wild Pokemon in the abandoned ship? We got the storage. Ah, now we can go into the storage. Okay, so... That's just what this episode is going to be. This episode is going to be the abandoned ship. Can we? No, we can't fall down there to a different area. I thought we could. Maybe that is in the storage unit itself where we can fall down. That's really good! That is really good! That is really, really good to have. I don't care about the harbor mail though. Yeah, I'm thinking we might not actually be able to get to an area with wild Pokemon in here today. Oh, you can just enter through those broken doors. I didn't think you could. Let's go check out this broken door in that case. Oh, it's yeah. That's the place we've literally just been. There's 3 more doors here. Let's check those out as well. Doesn't look like there's much going on here. I mean, here's a place you can dive, but obviously we can't dive. But maybe we can fish. We can probably fish here to get a Pokemon. I'm sure we can get a Pokemon here through fishing. Yeah, okay, you can get a bite. That's all I needed to know. Our encounter for the abandoned ship will be very painful. Can we get more than only Croconaw? I think the old rod always just gives you... No, I don't know if we've had an auxiliary before. I don't think we have in this series, so let's give it a shot. I think a dive ball should work against the Remoraid, right? Because we fished it up, and it's also a water Pokemon, and maybe not. It should be a decent water type at least to have Remoraid. And obviously we're going to call him Octo because I've told this story way too many times. That's our encounter for this area, which means that I don't really care about the Waterstone anymore. If this isn't a Waterstone, it's an escape rope. Which we won't be using right now because I can just find my way out. But I got Ice Beam. I got an encounter. I think that's everything I really needed and or wanted. So let's get out of here and let's go to Moorville City. And we can actually get a new encounter close to Moorville as well. I mean, I think this might be the Waterstone. Not gonna lie to you. Let's do it. Let's do it with the speed button, but that's 6 Pokemon. And that's it already. Okay. Switching you out immediately for Tian. And then sparking the Winkle to death. This is potentially more scary than I thought it was gonna be. Let's revenge the Tyranitar, then go back into Blaze for the Cacnea. Luckily, they're fairly low level. Oh my god! Instead, let's use Deus. How about it? Deus seems like a way better... I'm not even going to take any chances. The Cacnea has to die. Then the next one is an Oddish. I don't really think an Oddish should be an issue. We can Surf, which also damages Blaze, I think. So let's go into Pet Food instead. We can Surf again. And Razor Leaf, that should take out Tyranitar. Hopefully Tyranitar is the most scary thing he has. Because otherwise we might be... Oh my god, he's got a Hyper Potion. We might actually, like, be in trouble here. I'm not gonna lie. You've got a Rosalia as well. Okay. I can go back into Blaze to take care of those. Depending on what comes out there now. Nothing. Okay, so now we are 2 against 1, which means that we can just go into Blaze. Heal you up. This is... I mean, it is a double battle, so by default it is a lot more dangerous than any single battle. Oh my god, the double battle gym is going to be a thing. And they're going to have 6 Pokemon and they're all going to be very powerful. That's not going to be fun. But this battle so far is more dangerous and more difficult than the gym fight we did today. You know what? I'm just going to overheat you and see what happens. Honestly, that did more than I thought it would. I know Overheat is a very powerful move. That's the reason I gave it to Blaze, obviously. And now we have a little leap. I think we should be able to take care of a little leap with... Actually! Maybe the leap is going to be an issue. The leap is not going to be an issue. Okay. That was a tiny bit scary. And that's a star piece. It's not even a water stone I thought it was going to be. Let's not use the speed button here. That's Route 109. That's another route we haven't gotten a Pokemon at yet, I think. So, we can get a Blossom. Have we had a Gloom? I don't know if we've had a Gloom. But we can catch the Blossom nonetheless. It's really annoying and difficult to decide, right? Because Pokemon with split evolutionary paths like Blossom and Vileplume, Gardevoir and Gallade, and this is going to be an issue. Gardevoir and Gallade, Frostlass and Glalie, well, the evolutions, obviously. You're going to be an issue, aren't you? Let's go into Pet Food. I think you still have Sleep Powder, right? You do. If you've had one of them and you get the other, do you count that as a different Pokemon? I'm not asking if I've had a Vileplume and I run into a Gloom, can I get it to get a Blossom? If I, literally like now, if I've had a Gloom or a Vileplume, well, those are actually 2 different things, right? Because if I've had a Vileplume, you're going to be Lilo from Lilo and Stitch because the dancing thing. If I've had a Vileplume and it dies and I run into a Blossom, I'd argue that those are probably... It's probably fair to count that as not Dupes Claws. I mean, I know Species Claws is a thing, but that's just like... It's a more specific version, or less specific, depending on how you look at it, of Dupes Claws. But if you've had a Vileplume that died and you get a Blossom encounter, I think that should be fair. But what if it died as a Gloom? Because at that point, it had the potential to be either. So if it dies as a Gloom, does it just mean that you can't get either of the evolutions? Does it mean you can get both of the evolutions? Because they're both stone evolutions. So it's not like you can just say, oh, I'll count that as the level up evolution being beyond limits for me, and then the stone evolution. They're both stone evolutions. One is a leaf stone and one is a sunstone. Granted, leaf stone, a lot less rare than the sunstone. Sunstones are a lot more difficult to get in general. So, but still, they're both not both sun evolutions. They're both stone evolutions. So, that's a really interesting question. That is a really interesting question I hadn't considered before. I don't know though. But I think we're going to end it right here. Next episode we have some more catching to do though. Because I think I literally just healed in Slayport City. Next episode we can go to New Moorville to get a Pokemon. I think we should do New Moorville to get Thunderbolt. Because I think you get Thunderbolt as a reward for that. And then we also have the route to the right of Moorville. And a couple more routes there where we can get a lot of Pokemon. So it's going to be a lot of catching coming up. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. I know I am. Until the next time, I'm a vlogger. You've been awesome. This has been Pokemon Through the Years. We are 5 badges in. We're over halfway there. I can't fucking believe it. See you next time. Bye.